A personal exploration questioning materialistic values using a case study of advertising to children. I am quite interested to find out the process in human beings that makes us want something. To begin to make a dent in this topic, I have decided to focus on children's advertisements and how they entice a child into wanting a product. Materialism is the concept of desiring something because we understand the value of it, and therefore wanting something because we understand the value of it to somebody else.
Materialism is something that you desire, but you don't actually need.
Materialism is where advertisement is portrayed as a need rather than necessity for everyday life.
It's a belief that the most important thing in life is about having things and having lots of things, and that if you buy enough of the right things, whether they're designer things or expensive things or things to make you look beautiful, then that's what life's about and you will be happy.
Materialism for me is the desperate need of a person to have things.
I find it interesting that different people's views on what materialism is are quite similar. They all come back to the idea of things being promoted that we don't actually need. 360 marketing is where one person doesn't have to see an advertisement to know a product or the advertisement exists. Relating this to children and marketing, if a child were to see an advertisement for a product and it appealed to them, they would more than likely go and tell a parent or a guardian. The person or people they have told, therefore, will know about the product and the advertisement without even having to have seen it. I'm not sure how I feel about this process, whether I feel that the advertisers are clever in the way that they're doing this, or whether I feel that the advertisers are sneaky and that they shouldn't be using children as marketing tools.
You know, especially with children, children obviously have to get their parents' buy-in for whatever they want to do, whatever they want to get. So you know, it's obvious that an advertiser for a kid's product is going to want to do that. They're going to want their child to really want it, to go to the parents and sell it to them. But also, I think they are very much aware that their target audience isn't just the child; it is the parent, it's the decision-making group. And therefore they need to cater within their advertising for both aspects of that decision-making group.
I think it's sneaky and underhand, and I mean basically it's advertisers' jobs to sell us as much crap that we don't need as possible. And I personally feel as a parent I've made some mistakes where I've listened to the kids and they've gone, I really love it, oh I really want it, I really want it. And when it comes to their birthday or something, I'll buy it for them, and actually it's against my better judgment, and I know that it's really not, but I've just wanted to make them happy. Generally I feel fairly able to resist that pressure, but I know there's some parents who don't feel able to at all, so it feels like an absolute direct link to the parents' purchasing power.
Well, the company's obviously done their research and they've pitched it right if the child is able to take in that information. However, is it right? I don't really know. Probably not, if I'm honest, because not everyone can have that product. Are you with me? Not everyone can have whatever's advertised on the TV. So some children will know whether they can afford that or not, and some children know if they are going to get it or not, and that's when in a school there's quite a few problems occur. It's not right, no, but I can see why they're doing it. They're pitching out an audience where they're a little bit young, a little bit naive. They can't really see what the companies are doing. So it is wrong, but at the same time, what they are doing isn't illegal and it is right, and they're hitting the nail on the head with the audience and how they're creating the target audience to come and buy their products.
The ASA have guidelines in place for advertisers that market things to children. The one that I find to be the most important states: the ASA regulates UK ads to ensure they are truthful and socially responsible. A crucial part of that process is putting the protection of children at the heart of our work. From having seen advertisements aimed at children, and from watching commercial TV as a child myself, I am not sure at this stage whether I can say that all advertisements to children are socially responsible and put the protection of the children first.
Well, they lie basically. I mean, they make things, which is the point of advertising, but they make things look incredibly exciting and dynamic. I think also they're really kind of stereotyped gender-wise, which I don't think is good for kids. I don't think they necessarily have a representative of an ethnic range of kids. All the houses are perfect, all the families are perfect. I just think it starts really young of a kind of completely unrealistic view of life, and an unrealistic view of what this product is going to do for you, really.
I want to explore whether people who work with children feel that there should be more limits on the advertisements that are shown to children.
There should be, because as a teacher, some of your daily problems are to do with things which you literally have no idea what they're about. So, for example, TV or a pencil case or a piece of clothing or the latest sportswear, which you all see on the TV and you think, fair enough, it's just something. But then the children are arguing about it, like some of the boys have got the same pencil cases and bags at the moment, and other boys are complaining about, oh, I wish I had that bag. And you kind of feel that it's not fair on that child, but there's not much you can do as a teacher. So it is wrong, but I can see that the companies are just using it to their advantage.
Then, however, another problem comes into play. I have learnt through my extensive research that children under the age of 8 see advertisements as a form of entertainment and are actually unaware that they are being marketed to. They are also unaware that the advertisements may not be truthful. Is this okay? Should we be selling to customers who are too naive to understand that they are not being told the truth and that they're actually being marketed to?
Personally, I think it's a negative thing. I'm much happier when the kids are watching TV programmes without adverts. I think it's really important as a parent these days to teach your kids about adverts and materialism and advertising, and just teach them that just because it says it isn't true. And we've had some very basic conversations about, it looks really good, and then we say, yes, do you remember the one you had just like that? And it wasn't as much fun as they said it was. And just trying to develop their awareness that the whole point of an advert is somebody is trying to sell you something and trying to make it look deeply and incredibly exciting and like it's going to transform your life, and that is not often the case.
It's difficult when children do that, because if they're not aware of what advertising is trying to achieve and of what the difference is between what they're watching and what the advertisement is, they're unaware that this advert is designed to get an emotional response from them and get them to want to get involved with whatever's being advertised. Whereas, if they were just watching a TV show, they'd probably just think, oh, that's cool, that person's using that. But it's obviously heightened, the emotional aspect of it's heightened with an advert, so it can almost con children into wanting things and spending their parents' money.